Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gabe Plays Minecraft. All the mods 9 to the sky. This is episode 4 now. We are just here at the base. Last episode we set up a thing to get netherrack, which turned out to be easier than we thought it was. I now since then just attached a chest here, so we're collecting a bunch of netherrack. I sifted some crushed netherrack, and this is what I got, along with a lot of pebbles to make some blackstone and basalt. But we did get the nether quartz that we were looking to get. If you don't remember, we're doing all this so that we could get to a Uraninite B, or Uraninite B. And the reason we wanted that is because with a Uraninite comb, we can get raw Uraninite, which we can use for to make Uraninite, which can power Powah mod reactors, which is the reactor we want to make to start off here. So in order to get the Uraninite B, just to recall, we need a Cree B, which means you need a normal B and you give it some TNT, and we need an iron B, which needed an ashy mining B, which we can get from like a gravel nest or something like that, and then a crystalline B, which we get from a quartz nest, which we could only make if we had nether quartz. So we've done all those steps here. I just wanted to show you guys, I now set up a little campfire underneath this hive so we can harvest the honeycombs from it. So we're going to need these to build some bee nests and stuff, and I've been slowly expanding this grassy area to eventually have like a nice little beehive area for us there. Also, this guy now has a really good trade for a good sword, so I'm just going to make a diamond sword for us real quick. Our system has been running for a bit, and I've now made some chests. We are quite well off right now, and so I definitely want to start using this stuff in a bigger sense. I just need some more power so we can start expanding more. So definitely today, and I will be trying to finish up the setup for the reactor. And now we have a really good sword, along with our really good boots. And I know, actually, let me see. Actually, cactus is really good. We should take that before we kill him. And you know, a little globe for decoration. Why not? If you haven't seen these things, I don't know. I got 3, but they spin, and they tell you the coordinates on the bottom. Very nice. Anyways, wow, these guys are tough. Anyways, yeah, so now that we have the nether quartz, what we can do is make some nether quartz ore and make a nest. So quartz nest, quartz in netherrack is, or nether quartz ore is what we need. Oops. So you can do this just by crafting. So if we grab some netherrack, my inventory is getting quite full. Dump a few things off here. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. Inventory's a little full, so is this chest. Yeah. Okay, so let's do with that. Let's make the quartz and netherrack block. 2, why not? We need iron swords to make the nests. And then we can make a quartz nest. So now, if we make a quartz nest, then we just need the spawn item to attract the bee. So let's see if we can do that. I mean, I think we just need another quartz, so I'm just going to grab a bunch here while we're doing that. Boom. Use a spawn item on it to attract the bee. There are no bees in this location that will move into this nest. Okay, let me do some checking here. Alright guys, I probably should have thought of this earlier, but I think we need to set these guys up in the nether. I'm not sure what there's going to be in the nether. I don't know if we'll go through there and there'll be nothing, or it won't even let us go through. And we'll have to figure out a different way to do it. But let's just try and figure it out. So let me just make a flint and steel here. And let's try and go to the nether. And I have a bunch of black stone, so hopefully we can make like a shack if we need to while we're there. Get some food. Okay, as I kind of figured, there's absolutely nothing here. So I will get pretty worried about gas spawning pretty soon. So I'm just gonna try to do this as fast as possible. And you know, I have the wand, so it should be pretty quick. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. 3. And 1, 2, 3. Can we make bricks out of this or something? Yeah, let's do that. And then for the pillars, or the walls, we'll make some pillars. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll try and do something like this. Just to give it something that looks good, I guess, right, guys? I think there's gonna be a cooldown on these bees, so let's see if it works now. Oh yes, it is working. Okay, so while that's cooling down, I'll just finish this structure. And looks like it's gonna take a little bit, so I'll just like decorate and finish this structure here, and then I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I finished building somewhat of the base just in the nether there. I'm just outside because the bees are about to spawn. I did most of the base. It still kind of needs a roof. You'll see in a second. But I want to move on so that we can get the power that we want. Also, while I was waiting, a few other things. I expanded this area a bit, and I bred some of the bees so we could have more bees. So I made this beehive here. And if you look over here, which kind of wanted to make a path to. Something like that. I'm making this hut, which is kind of just going to be like, at least to start, where we'll do like all of our bee stuff in this little cage area. I wanted to make it kind of look cool and kind of appropriate for what we're doing. The only caveat is that it doesn't have a roof. Also, like the nether place, that's because I'm trying to use these bamboo planks, which are really cool, and the Cause Roofs has custom roofs for them, but we need bamboo, so I've just been kind of like waiting on that bamboo here. Also, I've just been kind of harvesting this stuff, these honeycombs, and I also got some honey bottles because I realized that once we spawn those crystalline bees in there, we need a bee cage to be able to actually catch them. So we have to craft some of this, but it's pretty easy once we get the honey bottles. So if we just go like this and like this, we can get bee cages. Bam. And then I'm pretty sure by doing this quest line, I'm not sure exactly where it is, but let's see if we can find it. Yeah, bees. We should be able to get some rewards from this, and we get a sturdy bee cage, which I think is like, it won't break at all. We haven't made the big book of bees, but that's okay, and that's also optional. But what we want to make now for these bees as well is an advanced beehive. So the reason we want that is because then we can have a lot more bees and automate collecting the honeycombs from the bees. So we'll need this for when we get some Uraninite bees. Like, that'll be the most important thing. So let's just make one of those right now if we can. I think we have enough to make more than one. We just need Oh, we need to make more beehives. And then we need more shears, which I have another one over here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, and now I don't need oak planks. I'm just on my A game right now. Okay, oak planks and boom. Okay, now we have 2 of these guys. And I'm gonna set them up for now to be in here. And we'll place them like this. And then I think we'll do something along the lines of this. Get our wrench. We want to make it so that this is pulling from them. And then if we go over here, we'll make it so that that pipes in over here. And then we'll just place a chest down like this, and then boom. Anything that goes in that advanced beehive now should... the magic of editing, I fixed that. So yeah, now that we have those things, what we want to do is go into the nether and capture our 2 bees that are going to pop up. I'm going to try to clean up my inventory here a little bit before we go. I was cooking a lot of nether bricks so that we could finish the nether spot. You'll see in a second. But, you know, that'll wait for now. Don't need a lot of this stuff right now. Yeah, let's go for now. Should be fine now. Let's hop in here. So these guys each have 100 seconds. So I'll just come back when this is done. Alright guys, they're about to pop here. This one's got 5 seconds, this one's right behind it. So any second now we'll get the bee. Boom. And boom. Alright. That is 2 crystalline bees. Done. And also, show you guys, this is the, excuse me, the base here in the nether. Needs some doors and stuff and obviously a roof, but this is what I was working on. I like the look of it so far. I just want to do a nether brick roof, and I needed more nether brick for that. But let's head back now that we have these bees. Okay, so now that we have these bees, we need to work towards our goal of Uraninite bees, which means we need an iron bee, which we have the crystalline bee now, and we need the ashy mining bee. This guy comes from a gravel nest, or a sand nest, or a dirt nest. And we just need to give it a honey treat, which we can make like this. So we should have enough to make the honey treat, and in order to make the gravel nest, we just need gravel and a wooden sword, which, would you look at that, I have gravel and a wooden sword in my inventory. Whoa. So let's go ahead and place this nest in here where we're going to be doing all our controlled breeding and that sort of thing. Let's put it right there for now. So I think we just need a leaf. Maybe not. Oh, I'm breaking. Maybe we need gravel? Let's see if gravel will work. 1 second. I left it over here. It's gravel. That'd be kind of weird, but I guess it makes sense. It is a gravel nest. Oh, what am I saying? We need a honey treat. That's what I need. That's why it's not working. We just looked at this. Honeycomb and honey bottle. Honey treat. Boom. Alright, so this is going to take another 1,200 seconds, so I'll be back when this is done. Alright guys, he's about to pop here. Just did some work on the roof of this house a bit more and bred some of the normal bees. But here we go. He's about to show up. Whoa. Where did he go? Why are these bees in here? Huh. Oh, it's not even a... Oh, it's a chocolate mining bee. It must be like a random chance. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Okay, I'll be back when we have an ashy mining bee. Okay, guys. So I was looking into this, and I found kind of a flaw in the plan with the bees. Now, there is like a plan to counteract that flaw, but it's gonna take a bit of explaining. So, basically, what we were doing is we were getting all the bees necessary to make a uraninite bee. But a uraninite bee, like most bees, needs like a flower to pollinate to then create the combs. So for normal bees, they just need normal flowers. But for like anything like an iron bee or a uraninite bee, you need to have like a block of that resource. So for uraninite, we would need a block of uraninite. But we were getting bees to get the uraninite. So how do we start? So I looked into uraninite again. I'd like dove a little deeper on how we could get uraninite, and I learned that you can energize uranium. And uranium you can get via crafting uranium ore, which you get from these things, which are starting to look familiar, which you get from sieving crushed deep slate. So then how do we get this? Crushed deep slate, just comes from deep slate with a hammer, flux hammer, auto hammer, whatever. Then in order to get deep slate, a steady supply, instead of right-clicking dirt like we did in the first episode, we can use an igneous extruder like we did for the witch water and lava to make netherrack. And then it'll just make it for us for free. But we need packed ice first. In order to get packed ice, we need ice. And in order to get ice, we need water and snowball in a barrel. And in order to get a snowball, I know it's a lot, we have to use a blast chiller with a ball cast. So we have to go through all these steps, but then we still need packed ice to make the blast chiller. So how do we get packed ice? We're probably going to need a silk touch pickaxe, silk touch something, which means we're going to have to do an enchanting setup. But the good news is I've been killing a lot of llamas. Oops. So I've got a decent amount of leather somewhere. So I'm going to create like a crafting area, I guess, or a enchanting area, and we're going to work towards this whole goal now. We're going to kind of pivot a little bit to get the uranium, which we can then use to make uraninite. And then after we get that, we'll have to kind of decide if it's more worth it to just get uranium and do that energizing to turn uranium into uraninite, or if we then use that to enable the bees to then use the bees. The bees will probably be more renewable, I guess, but eventually we'll have a reactor with power, so it won't matter. But we'll get there when we get there. I'm going to spend some time grinding just paper and leather, and then I'm going to make an enchantment setup so we can try and get silk touch. Alright guys, another snag. We are in a plains biome, which means all the way up there, ice will not form. We need to be in some sort of snow biome. However, it's getting late for me, so I'm sorry if I'm being slow and not really getting these things right away, but I figured out that if we want a snowball, we can use a compactor and turn water into snowballs. To get this like water, we use an atomizer to just turn regular water into water, whatever, in this little beaker or the Meyer flask. And so both of these things pretty darn cheap. So let's see if we can make them. Compactor, need everything there. Boom. Pressure plates. We need iron and redstone. We have iron somewhere. Redstone. We have redstone. There's iron. We're gonna need some cobble and wood to make the pistons for it. Compactor. We need 2 pistons. 2. Alright, let's make this compactor now. Bang. Okay, compactor. And I think we'll leave it over here because this is where like our water machine is. So if we go compactor, let's fill up with power. Nice, this guy is making us some power. Okay, so we go compactor here, and then we need to make the atomizer, which just requires the same thing but some cauldrons, which is fine. Cauldron. We need 2 more pistons. Damn. Oh yeah, guys. We are now getting ice. We are making water over here. Although we're drawing a lot of power, we're making water. And that's turning into ice over here. So now, I just need to get enough ice to make a packed ice block. And then we can use this setup to make a deep slate setup. So, let me get enough ice for that, and then I'll do this kind of setup, but I'll probably tie it into this system over there, and then I'll be back and show you guys how it works. Okay guys, we now have some uranium here. So what's left to do now is energize this to turn it into uraninite, and then make a reactor. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I just need to make this energizing orb and a few of these energizing rods and hook them up, and we should be able to energize that. So let me do that. Okay guys, I got the setup here. All we have to do now, in order to make 36 reactor blocks, we need 36 uraninite. So we're gonna have to power up 36 of these guys. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I think I collected all the uraninite that we need. I also made some of the other resources. So what we should have to do is just make 36 of these guys, start a reactor, and then 36 of these guys, basic reactor. And now it should just be a matter of, oh, it does it by itself. Bam. We now have our reactor. So I think the reactor needs a few things. It needs some redstone. It needs the uraninite, and then it does need, I think you can make it much better if you put a type of ice in there. I'll show you guys. So I think if we just come over here, grab some ice, I think we have some more. Yeah. If we take blue ice, which you get from condensing ice into packed ice, and then packed ice into blue ice like that, then excuse me, if we empower that, I think dry ice. We need 2 blue ices. If we empower that, we'll then get dry ice, which will like make this whole system much more efficient. But now that we're here, let's see if we can hook this up to power, and let's throw some uraninite in there. All right. Looks like we should be generating power, I think. Alright guys, so it looks like
this reactor just kind of sucks for production. So basically the way we make each next level of reactor is we need to make the better capacitors, which take like these things that we power up, so iron and gold, and then this one here can just be blaze rods or blaze powder, and then this is diamonds, and this is emeralds. So we have all those materials. I think it's just going to be like a bit of a grind to do all those with this slow empowering setup. But I think I am going to just grind that out so that we can get a really good reactor here. Because right now this one basically it says it's pushing out like 1000 FE per tick, and like we know that can't really keep up with what these guys are drawing. These guys are drawing like 500 RF per tick each for each of these machines with just a single upgrade. So if we go all the way up here, we'll be doing 100,000 FE per tick. It's just going to take me a little while, but I'm going to grind it off camera for you guys, and then you guys can see the result. Okay guys, I have now just about finished grinding out the reactors. This one here is a niotic reactor, the diamond one. I've been kind of making the upgrade reactors as I go to help speed up this process of powering up the items. I also made a few setups here just to speed things up. So this is just like an automatic like empower. So this comparator will lock the hopper when one item is in here, and then this filtered item pipe will pull out the finished item. So if I put some uranium in there, it'll power it up, it'll turn into uraninite, and end up in this chest. This finished doing all the spirited crystals we need, which are the emeralds for the like final tier reactor we'll get to before we make a reactor that needs like beacon stars. So let's take that. I also made this now that we like started making some decent power here, I also finally set up a dust processing center. So it's just a cobblestone generator, 3 hammers to go from cobblestone all the way to dust, and then like a flux sieve right at the end. And then now we've been getting a decent amount of dust and some Certus quartz dust, skystone dust, that sort of thing. The one annoying thing is that like the dust sifting really produces a lot of these Zycraft crystals, which are, I think they're just decorative. So I have it set up to filter all those crystals into the garbage. But it's kind of like not the perfect setup right now, but like we'll fix this later. For now, let's just make this upgraded reactor. I think this guy, I just traded with this guy. He gave me some bumblebee spawn eggs and a total of one dying. One other thing for the reactor before I say is just what I also like found we needed coal as well as redstone and like the ice. I did set up like I moved the ice setup over here where we have power and water, and now we're like producing a bunch of ice. So eventually I'll put a bunch of the dry ice in here to make this thing more efficient. But let's go ahead and make like the reactor part. So what we need to do is make a bunch of these guys and then turn them into large capacitors, and then from the large capacitors we need to make these spirited capacitors, and we need 36 of these, and so it looks like we need to make more. What are we missing here to do this? We need more dielectric paste. Okay, that's fine. We have a bunch of clay still. We have that, and blaze powder. Now we have over here. Let's make that. Move on. Dielectric paste. This one. Yes. Okay. My inventory just gets so junked up with stuff. It's crazy. Spirited capacitor. Boom. Boom. See, now we have 36 of these. And so now we'll just need 9 uraninite, which we have, and we just need to break the reactor and take these blocks again. So now we should be able to just go reactor spirited, bang, bang. And now if I place this block right here, it will auto build for us. And we now have like a really, really good reactor set up for us. If I
You grab some redstone, some coal. Put in the redstone, put in the coal, put in some uraninite. This thing will just be generating 100,000 FE per tick, and it is just absolutely flying. This button here makes it so that, like it says, the reactor will stop when it's full, and then when it drops below 70, then it'll start again, so it's not running all the time. But yeah, we'll just fill up this buffer here. But yeah, that is now one spirited Powah reactor complete. I know it's been a little bit of a journey because I thought we were going to need the bees, and then now we don't really need the bees, and a bunch of other stuff, and the ice, we thought we needed silk touch for a while, but we've got this reactor here, so now I think like the possibilities are just going to absolutely explode. I think next episode what I'm going to do is aim to start up an applied energistic storage system, because the storage situation here is getting pretty ridiculous. I'm trying to use like drawers and chests and these diamond chests, and like, we're getting a lot of resources, but it's kind of becoming unmanageable. So I definitely want to get an applied energistic system going for us here. But yeah, I'm starting to really like the way the island is shaping up. I do think one thing that we need, which I'm trying to do with like buildings and stuff, is just make it look a little nicer. So I think once we get the applied energistic system going, we get automatic resources, then we'll get this thing looking real nice. And I think I have an idea for like kind of where I want to go. Thinking like multiple islands for different things, kind of just to give it a bigger sense than just one island here. Oops, going to die. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning today, or going forward. I hope you guys enjoy that plan, or let me know if you don't. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.